Welcome, welcome. We are truly blessed to be here 2 days in a row. So we left off yesterday, having finished some level 9s. And of course, having finished level 9s, it means we have a choice. We can either try to do more 9s, but the 9s aren't great outside of like Shadow Crypt. So I think we're just going to do one. We're going to do White Plume Mountain. And after White Plume Mountain, we're just going to go to Ravenloft. Which means at some point tonight, we will be taking level 12, and we're going to try to get all the way through Ravenloft. We'll see how well that goes. But I have high hopes. Unfortunately, I checked groups right before we went live, and we are just out of level range on both sides. There is a group that's running 12s, and there is a group running 8s, which means I am both one level too high and one level too low for other groups that are currently around right now. Which is unfortunate, but perhaps the ones running 8s will catch up and will join me in White Plume Mountain or something. So, as usual, we will be having these groups publicly open, and we'll see how well that does for us.
The gatekeeper's portal takes you to the bottom of a collapsed staircase somewhere deep underground. At the foot of the stairs, Grimps greets you with an empty stare.
I guess we'll do acid. Didn't mean to click on that one. And move this up here in a to be more on the what. So these are like all the time buffs. These are group buffs, which means I should move that one up there. So these are self buffs, long term. Group buffs, long term. And then these are like sometimes buffs, or sometimes like situational spells, and these are short-term buffs. So like prayer, which doesn't last very long.
Filled with treasure. Inside, you can see the codex page sitting on a pedestal. But access to the treasure chamber is blocked behind 3 magical seals. Each seal bears the symbol of a weapon.
Twice 4 and 20 blackbirds. So 28 blackbirds sitting in the rain. I shot and killed a quarter of them. How many do remain?
It meets your gaze with eyes filled with both sadness and wisdom.
So it should be 21, but I feel like I've answered this before, and this is the wrong answer.
Please approach.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sphinx clears her throat.
Unless twice 4 and 20 is something different than I thought it was. Perhaps I should look up the answer to the riddle at some point. Now, this is another quest that goes way better if you have a group. But we do not currently have a group, so we're just gonna make do with what we've got.
Something about it gives you a bad feeling. It stings the soles of your feet. You look down to see the green slime coating your boots.
Unfortunately, we do not have sprint boost on this build, so we're unfortunately just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and slowly walk our way to victory. Alright, fine. I guess we'll shoot some stuff while we're running backwards. But, you know, as long as we try to keep moving as much as possible. So we're slightly less chill tonight. Alright, do we have rare spawns up? Nope, no rare spawn. I'm not actually afraid of the damage jumping through it, but it does actually push you, and I don't want to fall and have to come all the way back around.
A group of bugbears saunter up to the far side of the mud. To these sides, faces and axes in hand.
Okay. Is this another one I can pick? No, that's on the other side. Okay. Which one is this? Is this the crab? I always forget the order of these things. Oh, right, it's the vampire. Okay, and we're trapped. There we go. Much better.
You feel certain that something deadly awaits you in the blackness. As the darkness engulfs you, a voice whispers in your ear. Thank you for coming, traveler. You are at least very brave.
Pretty healthy.
Foolish to enter my darkness. I am so pleased that you came.
Shadows. Full damage. Smite. Therefore, it's worth using, even though there are only like 6 of them.
Infected. I thirst for it.
Which is cool.
The vampire's form crumbles to ash, and the magical darkness.
Alright, round 2.
You spy a crest marked with the symbol of a hammer in one corner of the room. As you touch the crest, it fades away. You hear a bell chime.
This time we do actually have to kill stuff to get that barrier to go away.
As you enter the room,
So kelpies go down. Then we've got this group of hidden dudes. Aren't there supposed to be ghouls there? Alright. Stop the DPS the Fear Reaper. 1 stack, not terrible. Ah, I have freedom of movement now. It's a good thing I chose that one.
This strange spinning tunnel is slick to the touch and smells of oil. A running jump at the start might be required to get through.
And I forgot that by not killing things, I am actually burdening myself with having to deal with the Reaper heal penalty. So that's a little annoying. Alright, now Snarler transforms. And unfortunately, we do not have a silver weapon, so they do have damage reduction, but we hit harder, so not a problem. Yep, we still have aggro on something. But heal still serves perfectly fine to undo any maladies that we have on us. Oh, they gave up. Very nice. Oh, right, we should probably put that back on. Since we don't need our feather fall right now. And we won't for a little bit still. Just so many doors. Alright, it's crab time.
Pulsing magical barriers hold the boiling water of the mountain at bay. The enchanted walls pulse and sway with the water currents. The walls don't look very sturdy, so best.
Oh, that's right, he does stacking stuff. So I really shouldn't be standing here like this and face tanking everything.
The crab falls over dead with a mighty crash. There's a low hum and the barriers shimmer with energy. The tears in them close.
Fortunately, his bleed is physical damage, and we have our golden greaves.
As the water recedes, you notice a crest marked with a
So we take 15 less damage.
Another crest claimed. Only one left to go.
Go.
This passage is framed in metal. There's a faint crackle of electricity, and it's uncomfortably
Just informing our new party member of where we are.
how strong the current is, or how it might affect you, until you step inside.
This is where the walkways are, right? Yep, there we go.
A narrow, winding path leads over a drop that bends
We just
despite
oh, that hurt a lot. Is that a famine reaper?
The path seems to be slick, almost frictionless. A dangerous
Nope.
walk
Nope,
indeed.
it's a white. I'm used to getting hit like that by famine reapers. He's hitting harder than I would think. But I guess he is a champion after all. If I don't want to try to shoot him while I am here on the thing. Man, that's a lot of damage. If only I had put frost resist up. It's fine though. We still have a lot of health. And we have the added advantage that, well, we've got a friend who'll be here soon. So it's not like I have to deal with it all on my own. Right, now we will put on our Featherfall and our jumping. White Bear, Manticore, and Stone Guard. Alright. Back to the proper gear. In this case, the proper gear includes trapping gear, so that we don't get flooded.
To your surprise, a mouth carved into the stone wall announces.
And we are
your
not going
presence in
to
a
fight the
booming
Mimic
voice.
because we don't want to fight the Mimic.
Guests approach. The halfling's grin grows larger, and then larger still. His body twists and grows, revealing
And
the
we're gonna.
towering
We
form
have
of
a
an ogre
pending
man.
invite. I'm gonna wait for this guy to go invisible, and we'll accept it in the downtime. Here we go. Alright. Ah, you're back. Yes, yes, Ice Storm. hurts so much.
That's the last crest.
We will
Time to return
put
to
up
the treasure
fire
room
resist
and
before this
claim
last fight,
your
though.
rewards.
Actually, even if we kill these, the quest doesn't complete. Oh, and he's in. Okay.
I'll have to ask you to let Nix and Nox escort you to the indoctrination center. I'll be most disappointed if you pass me in trouble.
Oh, these guys have much less health than I thought.
I can tell.
Oh no. They're on me. Ooh, monster manual XP.
One of the wizard's magic mouths confirms your victories who enter the treasure chamber. Well played. I concede this round to you, adventurers.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, it's that you've earned the spoils,
So we can take
though I
12 if we
confess
want, which means
there's
dropping
something
imbue dice for
else
a lot of good stuff, basically.
Sit back. It makes my next victory taste so much sweeter.
Alright. What are the other levels? 11 and 9? He's unlikely to want to start Ravenloft at 9. But yeah, there's Temple going, and there's Mired going, so... I'm the only game in town at this specific, very specific level range. And we're taking 12. Though I did say if someone has an opener, we'll do Shadow Crypt. Sork, Alchemist, Where's Favorite Soul? Up here by the Clerics? Alright, where's our Favorite Soul? Ah, yes. Antigua. Charisma. And we'll continue. Actually, our Disable is fine for now. We're gonna get more spot. Because I want auto find. Cancel. Let's not take 12 then. We're gonna head to Shadow Crypt. Alright. Which also means I need to pull up the wiki. Because I do not remember the paths. I don't have them like saved in my profile. Which I've seen a variety of people do. They'll use like their in-game bio to stash notes like that. We want House P. Do. That works too. Okay. getting our opener ready, which is good because it gives me time to finish looking up the instance paths here. Where is bio? There we go. Now I do have it in game. I've finally gotten around to it. It was finally relevant enough. All right. Personal buffs. All right. What color do we have? We have red. All right. So I am north, north, southeast, west.
One of the gargoyles above you appeared to know the pedestals.
There you are. Oh, it's a good thing I can put up Death Ward. Alright. North number 1.
The Shadow God's voice in the dark.
See if we can move slightly different here to not get surrounded. As they swarm and are like deliberately attempting to surround me. So that was north number 1. One more north.
Pyramid, the Shadow Knight's voice echoes through the journey.
Alright, so now we south, east, west. South. Okay, which side is it on?
Did something move on the other side?
It's over there. need to get out of here to the east, which is that way. Right? Yes. North, north, south. Yes. East and then west. East it is. West. All right, we made it.
A long hallway is
Ooh, that was a hard hit. Like 60 plus the dot. Nasty stuff.
with the gear in place. The lever turns easily.
All right, make
As the
progress.
final lever falls, the door slowly raises.
All right. Okay. Go. They spawn, we kill them, then the boss.
I'll finish you myself.
All. 60k. And you see, when you see that number, it doesn't seem like a lot because normally when you see 60k, you're like in epics. So it's like, oh, it's 60k. It's okay. But 60k at level 11 is another matter entirely. And X-Branch is taking 10 because of course he is. 60k at level 9 is ridiculous. Like for me it was 2 full ranks. So at level 9 it'd be like 3 or 4. Our late joiners I think still making their way to the end. I guess because they want the chests. Which is fine because we have one who went over to level, so it's no big deal. There we go. I'm seeing looting messages, which means, oh, he got a name. What is witching hour anyway? Interesting. Alright, and in we go. Alright. What do we got? Green. Come on, jump down. So now we go west. Yeah, we go west,
The Shadow God's
west,
voice
northeast,
hisses
west.
from the darkness. To pyramids rise and fall to meet each other.
The stun is so useful against them, so they can't just phase out continuously. Alright, we need another west.
Water gushes from most of the fountains surrounding this
Right. Nothing. 1, 2, and 3.
The Shadow Knights
We need north, east, west.
So, you've got 4, only halfway there.
Alright, what do we have? Another pyramid. Now we need
Voice
east.
whispers in your ear. Up to 6. I
And then
suppose
west.
We'll be seeing use. An underwater maze within a maze. The fires burn out. It feels as if the fountains are laughing at you.
Ugh. Alright, we'll go around.
The Shadow Lord's voice. Finally, I was beginning to.
West, west, north, east, west? I think we're on the west step. I might have lost track though, so we might end up having to use our reset. Nope, that's the right one.
With the gear
You can tell because it has that tapestry thing hanging down. That's if the tapestry is hanging down, that's the way to this room.
brightly colored levers flank your path.
All right. We got some people on the way. All right.
As the final
All
lever
right.
falls,
Wait.
the door slowly
Classic MMO problems, trying to move while I have the text box open. Gotta love people typing heppel heppel and a lot of WASDs in chat. Now we just wait for the RP. I'm over here like counting. It's like, wait, we only have 5 out of 6. It's like, no. No, one of those is the opener. This is fine. We don't need all 6 in. In fact, we definitely don't want the 6th in. Normally, I would give a V there, but literally everyone is standing here. Everyone knows that we just finished. They do not need a reminder to have their voices on. And it's 1 out. It's 2 out. Alright, that's all out. Alright, what color do we have? We have green. Fuck. Alright, west, west, northeast, west. This is west. This is just a real trial for anyone who has problems with cardinal directions. Like, yeah, we can tell you exactly where to go. Just follow these northeast, southwest kind of questions. Like, oh no. Especially since the way you enter rooms is not the same way that you left the past rooms. Alright, that's west number 1. We need west number 2. And 3. If you haven't done this before, you look at the things on the wall up there, and it's binary. You go for 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and then both. So that was west number 2, which means we are now going north. Got a nice, friendly, convenient one. Which means we're now going east, which is the way we came in, even though we left the past room going north, which is what really gets me turned around in here with the northeast southwest, because I tend to assume, you know, if I entered the room headed north, then clearly, if I keep going straight, I will go north again, and that is not the case. That is not how that works. This is the right way. Alright, and now finally to the west. Ooh, merfolks. Very convenient. Wait, no, west is this way. I got turned around last time. It's way faster this time.
A long hallway. With the gear in place, the lever turns easily.
See, yes, we're so much faster than the other side at running through hard when we have 3 people and they have 2. So. There we go. Great success.
As the final lever falls, The door slowly raises.
And this is why I need to actually flag my opener for like Shadow Crypt. Because it's basically a free level. And it's a great way to gather a party together, because if you start in Shadow Crypt and it's like, oh, well, maybe we want to keep going. It's like, well, people will be drawn. It's like, oh, by the way, we're in Shadow Crypt, and then maybe they'll stick around for more. Less likely to end up soloing as much. Bonk.
The Twisted Apocrypha, Shadow Hall,
Okay.
and Nereza's treasure lie before you. Surrounding you are several more of the brightly colored levers.
Alright, that's 1 out. That's 3 out of 5. 4. Oh, that's all. Alright.
Water gushes
Blue.
from most of the fountains surrounding this room, but several are silent.
Alright. Again. 1. 2. And 3. Where are we going? South, north, south. Grab the moss and then head south.
Another maze, this one with gates. The Shadow God's voice whistles from the dark. Too many to know.
So the chest is over here. Let's just double check. No, that gate is indeed closed. We're just going to basically put our hand on this right-hand wall and follow it until it brings us to a chest. Alright, and now we head north.
An underwater maze within a maze. Nereza has an affinity for tricks and games.
Alright, so after this we go south and then east twice.
The Shadow Knight's voice echoes through the chamber. So, you've got 4, only halfway there.
South, south. There we go. There's our south.
Pyramids rise and fall.
Oh good, pyramid.
Each other here. Rise and fall.
Now 2 east.
Shadow King's voice whispers in your ear. Up to 6.
Like, no, it is dark enough that I can't see anything, but that's okay. One. And a 2. And a 3. And east. And we all got here at the same time because their path went through ours as well for their last set.
Before you, and with the gear in place, the lever turns easily.
Alright, I heard the click twice and I was a little worried. Like that it had used both of our keys on the one lever. But it looks like it's protected against that. It's like, I don't know, did we bug it? Go. Great success.
I'll finish you myself.
Yeah. Yeah. So Shadow Crypt is approximately 150,000 XP. Like, I forget if we were eligible to... No, we were eligible to take level because we were partway into the leveling menus before he was like, oh, I have a Shadow Crypt opener. So we were rank 56. And after hitting Shadow Crypt for Reaper through normal, we are at 59. So 3 ranks. Like a good solid 3 ranks. And I'll take that. Now we will take 12. And we won't need to respec quite as much because we're little ways into 12. Right, so we do want Charisma. We will take Spot because we're lazy. And we'll take... Oh, what will we take? Let's go down to ranged feats. There's got to be something I'm missing. No, not any of those. I can't get IPS yet. Let me check my build. Come on, builder. You can do it. Oh, improve critical. Yes, yes, under martial feats. Icy ranged. And we will take Witch Absorb. We'll take Cold. Ooh, and Stalwart Pact. Alright, we're going to reset this tree. Because we're not going to rely on skill boost. Probably. At least I don't think we have to. Ask questions first. Charisma. Take that. Take that. We need it as our favored weapon because that lets us use our charisma to hit and damage. Shoot later. Take that. And now we need one more point. we'll try this. Alright, we definitely want... Huh. Okay. So I can lose... If I take 2 points out of here... We're going to reset this one. We'll take No Holds Barred. We will take our 3 imbue dice. And that means that our next points in here are going to go here and then there. Excellent. All right. What do we need to do? We need to take No Holds Barred and put it here. And anything else we have that we need to turn on? We need to turn on our Inquisitive stance again. And I think that's it. Alright. And we're off to Mists. So not only did we get improved critical, but we also got our threat range. Hello, Need More Chai. Welcome. So we got our feat for an improved crit range, and we got this for crit range and multiplier. So our we are now at 15 to 20 x4, which is pretty good. Into the Mists. The strongest melee build out there right now.
You stumble through the thick mists.
At what? If you're talking like just pure melting bosses, it was dual-wield Eldritch Knight for a long time, but we don't know if it's a bug or not, but imbue damage also got hit with the spellcasting nerf in Reapers, so that might not be as applicable, so it's probably still Assassination Rogue, dual-wield. But if you mean like fast leveling, you really can't go wrong with any sort of two-handed fighting build. So, as is often the case with DDO, it really depends on what you're doing. It's like, what is the strongest? Well, the strongest at what? Two-hand Barbarian is still number one for leveling. I mean, Barbarian is super strong for leveling. They gave fighters a new feat that lets them self-heal. And so they're not as terrible to level as they used to be, but Blood Tribute for Barbarians is still ridiculous. So Blood Tribute is still super strong for leveling. Endgame for R10s. I'll be honest, I've been on the TR train a lot for a while. I haven't done that many R10s, and especially I haven't done that many R10s on melee. Single weapon fighting? Single weapon fighting is good. Like, it's a kind of a in-between between two-weapon fighting and two-handed fighting. As far as, like, single versus multi-target. But the only actual, like, melee character I've taken into High Reaper in a while is, like, a pure tank paladin. So that's not really what you're looking for. So, unfortunately, melee is the type that I have spent the least amount of time on. So, I can relay to you what I've heard from others, but that is not one that I have the most experience on. I've done a lot of ranged and casters. And even then, it's been a little bit since I've done casters, but I've done enough of them to have a decent knowledge of that. Now, as far as melee versus like casters in R10s, that nerf that I mentioned a little bit ago, they changed the scaling on Reaper.
It must be Papa calling out my name.
Ah, I see. That is a factor. I want Barovian's heavy crossbow, just in case. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use it. So they recently made a change, because you know how Reaper, the higher skulls you go, the less damage you deal. They made that scaling for like dealing less damage spike for casters at R7 and above. So before, like if you were a caster in R10, you would be doing 15% damage. So like not minus 15%, minus 85%. You would be dealing 15% damage. They changed that, so now you're doing 10% damage. Effectively a 33% nerf in R10s for casters. Now, for the super built casters, this is really not that big of a problem. Like, people had caster builds that were soloing R10s. It just means that, you know, you bring 2 or 3 casters and they each cast a spell once and the room dies. But, you know, for the non-super meta casters, it hurts a lot, and those who aren't, like, completely built. Yeah, melee... Let's see. After a bit of a time, was Isle of Dread out when you were last back? Because if so, the cap has gone up to 32, and dino-crafted weapons are super handy. Before, you had to do a lot of, like, legendary green steel crafting, and now you don't have to do that quite so much. You just have to farm Isle of Dread for materials and craft a weapon with, like, ooze and ash and dust and that sort of stuff on it. The 4 archetypes? Okay, I think the first archetypes came out before Isle of Dread, so yeah. The most recent 3 archetypes came out after Dread. And it's nice that, like, all these archetypes they're releasing are, like, not even paywalled. They're not VIP only, they're not unlocked. It's just like, no, these are just classes. You can just play them. Oh, no holds barred, how I have missed you. So convenient to just be able to say, you know what, this room is now dead. We're just going to blow through everything. Oh, then you missed actually the most recent one. The very most recent patch. They did like a complete overhaul in how they calculate bonuses in the back end, which has drastically reduced the amount of server lag. You know how DDO has always lagged a bunch? Not so much anymore. Now, it's still, like, air jets are still a mess, because the thing they fixed does not fix the server-client desync when you're jumping onto an air jet. But still, a vast improvement. they still got their dispel off. That's annoying. Oh, and they did that. The new sound effect and the exclamation point over your head when you spot a trap. Oh, you've been keeping up to date, you just haven't been on. Ah, well, welcome back.
The monster's around here someplace.
But yeah,
You can
Barbarian is still super strong for leveling.
stinks.
Yeah, hardcore is actually in just over a week. I think they said the date was the 17th, so next Wednesday. So very soon, in fact. But I have not seen a post yet on what like the theme or mechanic is this league. They just announced a date and their general how hardcore league works post. So I'm hoping that tomorrow or Thursday is when they'll actually put out the what's going on in this hardcore league. And, you know, give us a peek at rewards and all that sort of thing.
Time to sleep. Good night.
There's a sudden gust of air.
Oh, that reminds me, I don't have my footprints on. I always forget to grab them when I reincarnate. Talk to you, head bone grinder. Well, it'll be interesting to see where they put the favor cutoffs. Because I think last season it was only 3,000 favor for the big reward, as opposed to the 5,000 I had to grind for the bloody footprints that I always forget to put on.
Peasants with joyless faces and vacant eyes wait in a line. An indistinct murmur. The rest of these peasants are unlikely to leave. They stare sullenly, spitefully at you.
Oh, right, we should put that ward.
A wolf howls in the distance. Its cry echoed first here, then there. The wind whispers treacherously among the upper boughs.
Great son of a gun, how dare you? And this is why we have Sound Burst, even though we don't have any sonic power. It's like, why do we have Sound Burst? For the stun. That is why we have it. Okay, could you stop throwing spells at me, please? Thank you. Oh, no, no, you too. You too. Let's see, I don't think I've actually done a hand and a half build. I believe that they get strike through at a reduced rate. And what you can do is, not while leveling, but in endgame, there's a legendary feat you can take at 31, which will basically just give you an entire fighting line that's different than the one you already took. So, like, if you took single while leveling, you can take two-hand fighting and get like all the goodies from two-handed fighting at 31 while you're hand and a halfing. But of course you don't get that until you're basically capped. I don't know how that works for while leveling, but you don't need to burn like 6 feet slots for it. You take your normal line and then you take your level 31 feet.
They are human teeth.
And then you're set.
Story appears to be true. If so, then the women of the windmill are not what they appear to be, nor are their pies.
Ah, okay. Party member got the other quest objectives, so we're good to move forward.
Morgantha addresses the gathered peasants from up on the wooden platform.
Be off already! Shoo!
She says,
We've no more pies. How many times must I tell you?
Morgantha looks down at you.
You poor misguided soul. You thought that they did not know?
Morgantha howls.
Enough of this. Kill them. We'll feast on outside of pie.
That's the last of you. Now, for the
Kick
pie
the door
makers
in.
in the windmill.
Where are they? The extra crit multi is nuts. Like, yep, we do real damage now. We'll take these.
All of this was with oil spreads across
Burn
the
everything.
floor, and then up on the hill ahead, Morgantha performs a prayer for aid. And then something answers.
And our cooldowns will be ready.
The voice chants.
Alright, apparently it didn't fix end of dungeon lag. Like, did we complete the dungeon and did it lag? Yes, indeed it did.
Doorway just beyond.
Go. Great success. Oh, he managed to recall out while he was being attacked. Alright, now it's time to be invited to dinner. And I do not have D-Door, so that's fine. We'll just have to fight it. I have removed Curse, so it's no big deal. As we run inside before the wolves get us. Not that the wolves are particularly threatening to us, but you know. right. Come on,
Madam
let me
Eva's
in.
words echo in your mind. An artifact, a trap, a friend.
Let me in.
But will you know which is which when you find it? Swells of organ music, fraught with defiance, determination, and despair, reach your ears and fill the corridor ahead. As you step into the dining hall, the music abruptly halts. The stern, regal man turns. Please, come in, my own. And his form dissolves into mist.
Okay, so we got like 2 or 3 Reapers, we got Curse Dudes, and we didn't have a problem because No Holds Barred is ridiculous. Ally is at the chapel. Treasure is in the basement. Question is, which way did he go? He went this way. So we will go up here. Let's see. Wait, no, basement, not dungeon. There we go. For some reason I thought it was the dungeon one. Come on. I don't think it's enough to get us a disarm bonus, but might as well. Oh, round 2. I see how it is. We're gonna go all the way over here, out of range of the Fear Reaper. Because as much as, you know, Fear Reaper on a ledge is a thing, they do have a max range. And you can kill them from outside it. And kite them around, as long as you have enough space, that is. And you won't always, but we did in here.
A sense of peace washes over you as you hold the icon of Ravenloft in your hands and stow it securely in your pack.
No, Keystone is in the fireplace on the floor 3. Easy enough to get through. Okay. He accidentally switched his bars. It's something I've done repeatedly, so much so that I actually changed one of my hotkey bindings to set the #1 bar to active. So if I accidentally hit like the key combo that makes one of my other bars active, well, not a problem anymore. And of course, this does not deal that much damage to rats because they are neutral. And Holy Smite only does extra damage to evil, or outsiders.
You find the ward keystone under a loose stone slab, just as Esmeralda promised.
Oh, main entrance.
Stone should allow
It's
you to
dragons.
pass through the wards at the main entrance.
Put up acid resist. And toss ourselves a heal. Holy Smite still... Oh, you mean Paladin Smite? Yes, Paladin Smite still does cleave damage. Holy Smite, the spell, is, you know, a big-ass AoE spell. So, yes, Holy Smite also does cleave damage. Yeah, Smite is still a cleave. It's not a huge, huge arc like some others are, but it is still a cleave. And it's especially handy when you have Exalted Smite for all that extra crit damage and multi. I think it's intended. The dragons are not nearly as threatening on heroic in R1. It's just if you're running high reapers and it's just like, you know what? I'm not going to go for the optimal ending, but I am going to fish for not dragons.
Step through the castle wards unhindered. You check your bags. Sure enough, the icon of Ravenloft is still there. You have done it. With a sigh of relief, you wonder if you will cross paths with Esmeralda again.
If it is a bug, it's been in for forever. I think it's intended. Okay, so he's going to try to fix his hotbars. Which means we now have a choice. Choices. So, we can continue on to the second chain here, which is base level 11. Or we can try to do something like Tempest Spine or... what is it? Tempest Spine. Or we are flagged for Vaughn. Yeah, we'll just finish here. We got Shadow Crypt, so we don't necessarily need to hit the raids. Although, Vaughn is always nice. The changes don't fix load times either. At least not as far as I can tell.
The mansion looks abandoned. Yet according to what you've been told, the Order of the Silver Dragon still guards this place, bound by an oath that not even death...
And you know, Death Ward is probably good for these places. Yeah, with the increased crit range and all of that, and having no holds barred, even with a big group, it is now faster to just hit no holds barred instead of trying to gradually plink them all down. Unless, of course, I'm going for debuffs, like the blind and the stun. In which case, yeah, I'll absolutely use the spells to do AoE blind and stun. Not that these guys can be stunned, but, you know, if they could. There we go. No rats this time. And if they catch up with me, we'll fight them then. Oh, you're a champ. You were a champ. Now you're a dead one. They also made this kind of gameplay easier because they increased the aim arc so stuff can be a little bit further off to the side and you won't get dry fires, which is just so handy. See if we can get this. We can. Nice. And we don't have DD to take the quick way, but this will have to be quick enough for us. So I'm thinking I'll probably go back to casters after this life or the next. And it's been a while since I've done Spellsinger, so I think that's going to be the next one on my list. Just got so many fun toys to play with. And I actually liked it more than when I tried out the new Stormsinger.
Slumped in the throne is a gaunt, armored figure. Without looking up, it says simply, "Go already." The revelation.
Bye.
All that is left is Strahd's endless punishment. I will destroy
Just kind of wave the cursor in their general direction and have them fall over.
The Revenant falls, once again nothing more than a lifeless corpse. On the commander's body you find a large silver key. Engraved on the key is the name Argynvost.
Let's see, we have 2 charges of No Hold Barred left. One for the boss, and one for this pull? I'm not sure I need one for this pull.
Tucked behind the mansion is a fog-shrouded cemetery. An impressive mausoleum
Okay,
stands
fine.
in one corner.
There are 2 Reapers in this pull. Maybe that's worth using, eh? Get hit with that Milf Acid Arrow, which I assume that she has acquired through her years of being a Milf. Oh, the archers followed me, but not the wraiths. Which is interesting. I wonder why the wraiths don't leave their room. My guess is that it's something to do with how their invisibility works. How they'll like phase out, and they probably won't phase back in unless they have a target.
You use the silver key you found on the
I based that on absolutely nothing. It's just a theory. A game theory. As it were. And we attempt to not touch the shiny. Touching the shiny is bad. And let's see how much we can kill before we get hit with, like, a complete silence effect. Or, I guess we'll call it a pacify effect. I think that's a more appropriate term for it.
Comes from just beyond the closed door. Your eye is drawn to the impressive beacon that dominates the courtyard. Suddenly, taloned creatures fly out from behind it, swooping down on their prey.
Ha! That's certainly one way to avoid the pacify effect. Peek the harpy, and then hit her for what was that, 2,300 damage. It was a 15 and an 8. That's a lot of damage at this level.
The beacon flashes with a brilliant light that can be seen throughout the valley, and from somewhere a voice whispers, "I release the order from its vows." You feel a tingle of warmth that you have never felt in Barovia before.
Okay, let's hit Raven.
You have returned to Castle Ravenloft.
Raven, for when you want to go up a dizzying amount of stairs.
The servant's door was not sealed. A sign that Jesper the Raven made it this far, at least. Jesper's last report says he went off to steal a potion from a coven of witches, whose lair is at the top of the South Tower.
Oh, I should buff. I swear there's a faster route here that involves that
This
North
is
Tower
the South Tower
shortcut.
Stair. Following it all the way to the top should get you close to the lair of the old crones mentioned in yesterday's journal.
There we go. Now we just have to go all the way to the top of the South Tower. Just keep tapping that button. Tap, tap, tapping the button. Got him. Okay. Now one more room, and then another! Bring us to another big spiral staircase that we have to run up. Yep. Yep. Wraith dispels us, and these guys do their stupid countdown attack thing. There it is. It's going to deal a bunch of damage unless we block it. There we go. And I do mean literally hold down the block key, because it works even if you're not holding a shield.
The witch's den, you recalled the password from Jesper's journal. You whisper, and the wards on the door fade.
I would appreciate it if while they were attacking me, they actually came here to attack. Yeah, there we go. That way I can actually kill them, so they don't just keep pinging me from out of line of sight. Yeah, we'll collect this, because I'm not worried about these things. We will, however, put up fire resistance for this fight.
One of them, the taller of the two, gestures for you to speak with her. The old witches cackle, then one of them sneers at you. We know about your little birdies. Baba Lysaga warned us of their spying ways. So we set a trap.
And
Just
in
like
they
Inquisitive. Face twisting into a gap-toothed grin, the witch continues. Your little bird flatters me and has me without
And you're gone.
Her gaze lingers on you, and she licks her lips.
Yeah. See, it hits for like 50 if I actually let it go off.
I think we need more meat.
Fortunately, he came out of hiding, so I could kill him and not have to worry about them just continually putting new copies of the debuff on it.
Crones have uttered their last curses. It is time to search their land. You find a set of vials, which must be the potions of gaseous form described in the journal. They will allow you
Get ourselves some
entry into the
Featherfall.
magical tower within the treasury.
And now we need to go down to level 3, which is not very far. So we're going to keep our Featherfall on. And unlike an invitation, where we just were, we don't get ambushed by a bunch of rats here.
Broken furnishings lie scattered about the room. At the center of the destruction is the smashed remains of a moldering cake. Its sickly sweet smell permeates the wreckage. Something large but unseen suddenly moves through the air, smashing through furniture like it was paper. It is circling.
Reaper needs to go down. But can we open this before the Wraiths get us? Oh, that's why. I was like, all my buffs were off? It's like, no, there was a Wraith, and it dispelled everything.
And take solid form again on the inside. The tower
Or maybe I should have killed them so they don't keep putting this debuff on me.
is filled with treasure. The heavy footsteps slices a wind as it does not itch for guards.
Gotcha.
This book's pages are brittle with age, and much of it is illegible. What you can make out suggests the author is none other than Strahd himself.
Take another 100 from that debuff.
Back in town can make sense of it.
And we do have to turn these in. We can't just like run past the quest givers. Because if you don't turn them in, you don't get to flag for the next chain. So it's one of those kind of things. Okay, we now want to go to Watcher House. Oh, Watcher House. Might be my least favorite. At least Amber Temple has like tricks and stuff to it. I shouldn't have put up my short-term buffs. Do a little bit of a side gig here. Forget what that key opens. I think one of the most interesting runs I had here was it was a super overpowered party.
Lady Voctor and Baron Velocity
So
took
like
in each
one or
other's
two
demise.
people like ran ahead to do the thing, and the rest of us actually went around and did basically all of the optionals in here, which is the first time I've ever really done that many. So that was interesting in and of itself. Now, of course, as I am solo at the moment, though the party is open, I can't do a lot of the easy skips here, so we're just going to brute force our way through, which isn't really that big a deal, to be honest. I know I have to step on the stuff over there, but I want to get over here before my no-holds-barred ran out. Make this a little easier on myself. Is that carnage? Take out Smabishai.
On the shelves here have a range of grim and horrifying
A little bit of
titles.
pre-clearing, just to make things easier on ourselves.
For someone who consorts with literal devils.
This is a relatively easy puzzle if no one messes it up. By which I mean,
A dungeon under the Baron's manor.
it's all you have to do is hit each of them once. If some of them have already been hit and you don't know which ones, it can get trickier. But it's still not too bad if you know the general way that it works. I love how, like, you kill these guys, and then when you tell the other guy, it's like, hey, by the way, she's gonna betray you. It's like, and he walks over, it's like, ugh, sleeping on the job. Like, what do you mean sleeping on the job? I literally just killed these dudes. However, you do need to, like, hang out here. I have, like, had groups think it was bugged because he actually checks in a couple places that, like, you're nearby and doesn't advance. So, like, if I had just run and jumped down, he, like, stays at the top of the stairs. He won't advance. We're going to go over here, because we need to hit these. Go figure having to actually do the quest, instead of just, like, short-circuiting the whole thing. Yes, deflected. Alright, so we got that out. We take these guys out. Stand still just long enough to refresh our Archer's Focus stacks. And for this to come off cooldown. Like, hi, I'm attacking from... Nope. Like, but I was behind you. Yeah, and I turned around and shot you in the face for 800. So, I won. This is how we win, with extra damage. Gotta get my stacks up. I should not be face tanking the Reaper. But that's what we call overconfidence. And by overconfidence, I mean the exact right amount of confidence. Because I'm still not dead. Why is the champ still not attacking me yet? Too busy praying. Hi. Bye. Right, that's the key I needed. Right, so I have 2 more charges of no holds barred. I think I will use them. I just won't fight the last guy.
Does a double tap.
You know, I was gonna like pop it on her instead, but it looks like I have no need to, especially since I talked to this other guy in the beginning, so he's not actually fighting against me. He's on my side. So yay, green key. And a bunch of collectibles. Eventually, I'll use collectibles. I haven't used them much. Like, I think I've only crafted 1, maybe 2 things. And now we have a charge of no holds barred for this guy.
The lady and the baron lie undone by one another's schemes, and greatly so. An uneasy sense of doubt creeps
So
over
this is one of those points in the build where, like, there's a lot of builds that will hit inflection points for, like, that'll change where most of their power is coming from. And we've hit one of these on this build, in that we had started stacking up a decent amount of imbue dice. So the damage that we were doing with our imbue was actually pretty close to what we were doing with our physical damage. But when we took 12, we got 2 more to crit range and 1 more to crit multi. So not only are we critting harder, but we are also critting at basically 10% more, because it's 2 range on a D20. Alright, we're not going to fish. We do have restoration scrolls, though. So we will take the Lich route should we find the right scrolls. So, standard buffs. Plus, we will do fire and acid resist. And let's see what we can get. Alright, first two places to check for Mrak are right here. Hello, Flame Skulls. I have shield up, and I have 32 fire resist. So, yeah. Of course, I also lucked out there in that there weren't any champions in there. Champions messed that whole plan up with, like, the extra damage on hit. Could have sworn I saw something flash over on this screen. I'll assume OBS just did something weird. Either that or the Matrix needed a reboot. But, I mean, who would do that? Just reboot a Matrix. Ridiculous. Alright, so that's 2 Mrak spawn points down. 2 to go. And the Reaper down. And unlike some other places. Here we go. And because we did have to come over here, we'll actually look and see if we have the non-lich skip quick one available to us. As we go through this teleporter behind that hidden door, we go in here. Oh, there we go. Marvelous. Should we be standing still? No, absolutely not. Will we anyway, just to flex? Yes. So we don't actually need the Lich anymore. Which is super handy. We just get to walk straight into Madame Eva and be like, hey, where's the icon at? Now, we can still get unlucky, and she can still tell us, oh yeah, the icon is behind the door that you need Etherna for. It's like, ah, well, so much for that. But hopefully, we get lucky. Unfortunately, I might have to look this up. I only know where some of these are. Raven, eh? I don't know that one. So, to Google it is. Okay, that's what I thought. It is behind an Etherna door. Yeah, it's the one with the fake castle in it. Which means it's time to go try to find that other password. Man, it's a good thing I put up acid resist, isn't it? Otherwise, that might have actually hurt. Nope, no password here. Just ghasts. And they put in specific anti-Zerg measures for Amber Temple, so you have to actually kill things. Otherwise, well, the doors won't open when you give them passwords. Where are the skulls? There we are. And this is why you should always bring fire resistance, and if you can't cast shield, a shield wand, because otherwise the flame skulls will just absolutely wreck your day. Excellent. Now we just need to go upstairs. So we'll take the teleporter over here. I bet it doesn't open.
You spoke the correct words.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Almost as if to tell the defenders a visit from your presence triggered a knockdown.
Oh, that was enough.
You found the symbol of Raven.
There we go.
Surely it will be useful in the struggle against Strahd.
Get this going. Excellent. Not bad. Under 7 minutes. Oh, are you going to hit me and interrupt? Yes, you are. You are. And we're not going to bother with the getting the chest at the end. It's just not worth it. Like, if I were already there, maybe. But since I had to backtrack over here, I didn't want to have to walk all that way. Alright, and onward to chain 3. So we are getting progressively under-leveled. We were on level for chain 1, 1 down for chain 2, and we will be 2 down for chain 3. Now, are we concerned about that? No. With our level 12 power spike, we're just really not bothered by that. It's like, but you're down a level or 2, and so things blow up slightly less. That is not a problem. Wizard of Wands. And once again, this will be slower than normal because
You immediately spot
cannot
a lone
split.
figure crouched near the entrance to the loading dock. This must be Stefania.
we do not have the personality for it.
Please, find the ingredients for the antidote and purify the wine.
Stefania begs.
Our wine is the last drop of hope some people have.
Right, the Vine Blight. Alright, are you gonna trip me? No? Okay. That's unusual. I appreciate it. But it's highly non-standard for them to, you know, just be cool and not constantly crowd control me. I suppose it was just really not the right time. There were no Reaper spawns. There was like nothing else going on. Like, they're really only going to trip you at the worst possible time when you can't block it, because that means standing still, and standing still means death. So instead, I guess they're just saving it up for when it will really actually have an impact. Do we have AoE? No. What do we have? Big repeated single target. Like, what do you mean big repeated single target? I mean, I'm going to use single target, and I'm going to rapidly kill all the things. Now, having improved precise shot for this particular pull is very nice because everything tends to line up nicely. But sometimes you don't get that, and you just have to hit a cooldown. I actually might rest in here so that I can more aggressively use my cooldowns and be like, yep, I did do that. I used all my cooldowns because I could. And because I know that there's a rest shrine here. Alright, ground mold number 1. I know I'm being attacked by vaudeville. I actually want to spawn these while my no-holds barred is still going. There we go. Not 100% effective, but pretty good. Alright. One more ground mold. How many charges do I have left? 1. We'll rest. It's not like we're going super fast anyway. We don't have to mention door. Yeah. There we go. Oh, right. Should probably do this one too. And now we can go get the purification charm. And it'll be all good.
A druid kneels on top of one of the huge vats. Protected by mystic wards, she is completely absorbed by her task.
Yeah,
Poisoning
she's
the
busy.
wine
We get it.
inside the vat. The Martikov family makes its home in this part of the winery.
Okay, double Reaper spawning right on top of me. Thank you very much. No charm. Ah. Charm.
You found all the ingredients
Handy.
needed to purify the wine.
And by the time I get back and have a loading screen, I should have my cooldowns ready to go for the boss.
The druid prepares to attack.
Why do you insist on power? She asks. Without their little magic gems, this winery is doomed very well. Very well.
And now we'll just kill these for monster manual, I guess.
Love my voice.
Plant-like forms run forward to protect the druid. More plants rush to the
Monstrous
defense.
plants are often good for,
With the druid's poison
well,
taken care
not
of,
as much, I guess.
rush to add the antidote to the wine vat.
Because I usually get a lot of monster plant XP when you run through Feywild the first time.
Smell of fermenting grapes. Thanks to you, the Wizard of Wines will produce one more vintage.
Yeah. We're just gonna... Alright, yes. I don't actually need to talk to you between. Let's go to Lag Hill, see how laggy it is today. Now, Yester Hill is usually no problem for me. But sometimes, and I don't know what is different about these times, my computer absolutely hates it.
A chill wind blows down from the slope as you approach Yester Hill. Dark, ominous clouds gather high.
Yeah, we want that one.
Rhythmic chant can be heard in the distance.
This and that.
Make out the words. Arcs of lightning jump from stone to stone, blocking your path. Lightning dances amongst the fairy stones, ringing the hill in fear of it.
I wanted the family reaper down, thank you. We'll just run backwards here. Like, do we need AoE? No, we're just gonna two-shot everything with like no cooldown between it. However, we are basically out of ammo. Time to make more ammo. Mind Blade Strip. Oh, there it is. Okay. Force damage. I guess one of these is Mark of Law. Just thinning out this crowd as we go. We've got one more charge left to burn. Great. Alright, this Arborian dude is hitting me for 100 a shot. Can't have that. Oh, someone actually joined. Neat. Yeah, there's still stuff aggro to me. That checks out. 110? No, just 100. Okay. Oh, never mind. Let's get share going. You know what, we're just going to do this last fight solo and wait on him to zone in to grab the gem.
A wave of dread washes over you as you enter the circle of stones. Ahead is a huge, looming statue. A statue you recognize as Strahd. The Archdruid shouts, Do not let them disrupt our ritual. Attack!
Now on High Reaper, you don't want to kill him first because he'll just get healed before faster than you can kill him. Alright, that is annoying that that pops up there. Oh, okay. It is extra annoying that four Reapers pop up there. Oh, and it's double annoying that... yeah, of all the Reapers that I just, like, kind of auto-targeted my way through, the Fear Reaper was the one that, didn't kill, that I killed last. Great success. It says he's in. Oh, and he's moving.
You examine the statue.
Now, I have made this mistake before. Just because they're on the map does not mean they're in. Because their icon shows up on the map before they're actually fully loaded in. And if you finish before they fully load in, they don't get credit. So wait until someone either confirms in chat that they're in, or you see them move. Don't be like me. You may learn from my mistakes. Let's see. Ruins. Bears is next. I don't know why, but I just don't like putting up the LFG. It's like, no, I don't want to go publicly with a Slayers thing. Just public for the quest. And I know that it'll change as soon as I zone in, but for some reason it bothers me. Don't know why. See, this is a luck bonus, and this is also a luck bonus, isn't it? Attack rolls, weapon hit, damage, saves, and skills. Oh, and he's gone. So Divine Favor is not worth it. Because this is +3, and this is also... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Prayer overwrites this. Yeah.
Giant bramble walls and dense banks of mist surround this swampy patch of ground. Muriel quietly beckons. The ward fades, and some of the unearthly mists part.
Alright.
You are now able to enter the
Even though we're not
village of
AoEing,
Bells.
we will pull the groups. Just for convenience, so I don't have to aggro them back to back. Oh, you know what? There aren't any traps here. I should actually put on my spell power ring. And of all the things that I could have killed, the Carnage Reaper is still alive.
The last scarecrow crumbles, and the magic of the nearby ward is disrupted. A section of mist fades, allowing you to explore further.
Now on Pandemonium, that's where the law dice really shine.
With the magic of the ward gone, the nearby mists part. Faint cawing can be heard in the distance to the west.
Yeah, it's yes, it's like I can hit them AoE for like 150-ish. Like, how much did that actually land for? Oh, like 300. But that's how much I shoot for, so...
In the ruins to the southwest.
And especially, it's not worth the time that it takes, because if I have no hold barred going at the same time, well, how many shots could I get off in the time it takes to actually cast that AoE spell? And the answer is a lot. Now, when I don't have no holds barred up, then it's a different story. Then I think it would probably be worth actually casting if it were a larger group. But if it's a larger group, I'm probably hitting no holds barred, so really it's at the point where I'm not really getting a lot of benefit out of casting, except of course, as I've mentioned, for debuffs. Now, of course, I have both charges of no hold barred and spell points, so in theory I could exhaust both of them. Like, if I run out of one, I can always fall back to the other. But that's really not what we're going for. I'd rather just shrine and get my charges back.
And frantic caws can be heard from the ruined building to the northwest. The raven caws in thanks as it flies away. With the ward disabled, reviewing the ruins of the mansion.
Or I could gather up things for AoE while kiting backwards and single targeting stuff down. Alright. You know what? I think I've softened them up enough. Now we're just gonna like finish them all off and build up stacks for the named guy who's gonna pop out. After, of course, we get the shy one.
Frantic cawing can be heard from a large clearing past the ruins of the mansion.
Oh, and of course he's stone guard. This is fine. I'm not overly worried. It just takes a little longer.
The ward is dispelled and the nearby mists subside. You can now
Yes, I know you guys are coming off of your tracks.
to the southwest. Perhaps Baba Lysaga's hut can be found there. Loud caws can be heard from both the southwest and the south.
And we get our charges back, and we shouldn't need to rest again this quest. Okay.
A raven caws loudly, as if it's trying to get your attention. Several scarecrows
Did I
guard the area.
just hit the, I did hit something over there when I was aiming at one of the ones that hadn't quite spawned in yet. Oh well. No big deal. We'll build up some Archer's Focus stacks.
The creature
Oh, that's
drops
right.
its
Stuff in
sword,
here leashes.
giving access. The grateful raven flies off. Far off in the distance, one of the wards protecting Baba Lysaga's hut fades. You found what must be Baba Lysaga's hut, but the magic mists
Yo.
that swirl
It's like,
around
where
the
is it?
building
Oh.
prevent you from entering.
How nice of it to very conveniently teleport on top of me.
A nearby raven croaks excitedly.
I don't know if the guys I pulled on the way are going to leash or not. Oh, out of ammo. Let's fix that. Is there like one more back here? Oh, there you are.
A metallic click can be heard. You've deactivated a ward protecting Baba Lasaga's hut to the east.
There's a couple ways to go here. I'm gonna wrap around the right side. If we pulled all that stuff on the way, we'd just go straight and wrap around the left.
The ensorcelled mists lift, allowing you to enter the area.
The question is, do we kill the dretches? We might as well. Unlike some other stuff, dretches take full damage and are actually worth AoEing down. Now, last time I was here, I did not respect it.
Surprisingly spacious hut. A caged raven makes a commotion in the northeast.
And I got like body blocked by the ads. So this time I will be sure to do my due diligence and not get surrounded by brooms and hemmed in. We're just gonna kill everything, like nice and good and dead.
The hut is eerily quiet once more.
Alright, and last one.
Perched on a snowy hillside.
Tell me
At
about
long last, your journey has brought you here to a place of kindness and madness, a place of sound and shadow. Seek delight where the abbot holds his most
Alright,
precious
so the sword
treasures.
is
The
in the
sound
winery, or the wine cellar rather.
sealed in bottles and aged into liquid hope.
Alright, the blessing is where blessing is among the broken ones. Key is not here. So let's go find ourselves a key.
I see souls who searched for peace long ago. They found torment instead.
Oh, there it is. Go. This one appears to be either confused or stopping to yell.
Bestial figures look up
But it's
as
fine.
you approach. You spot a grimy metal key on
Alright.
the ground nearby.
Fairly straightforward.
You pick up the tarnished key.
Not a lot of running around to do.
Two strange creatures guard the entrance to the main
Now,
hall
I
of
will
the abbey.
often
They watch
do
you
the abbot just
curiously
because,
as you approach.
if
Otto
I have
unlocks
Dimension
the
Door.
with the
If not,
key.
it's not worth the run all the way back here to get to him.
See Abbott now.
You are greeted by a handsome figure who moves with the grace of a saint.
Welcome, stranger. Let this be a refuge of warmth and light in a cold, dark
Got
world.
it.
Says the abbot.
Please explore the grounds. Let me know what you think of my handiwork.
You found the Sun Sword, though something seems to be wrong with it. The legends say it blazed with a blinding
This is such a
light,
chill quest.
but this
Just
is
like,
just a lifeless hilt.
yeah, we're gonna go through
Perhaps
here.
Arena knows how to make it shine again. A strange figure stands in one
Like, there
corner
are
of the
some
room.
tricky parts, like, especially the golems. Like, if you're mostly lightning damage, they're a problem. Oh, that's a Reaper. Now, if you have improved precise shot, this is a much easier section. It's just like, oh, I run down the narrow hallway, and they gather up in a line, and then I shoot all of them. Now, of course, the fast way to do that would be not killing them at all. We don't actually need to kill them. We can just run by. But I don't know. I suppose it's a bad habit as far as speed goes to bother killing things. Thank you, phone.
Strange whoops and unnerving screams echo from the floor below.
So, you might be in a little bit of a rough spot here. Because these guys do take reduced damage from basically everything. Fortunately, now that we have built up our stacks, we still do a lot of damage, even through all of that.
Tall, silent forms shuffle down the corridor, while strange cries come from behind closed doors. Strange creatures burst from behind the doors.
I was expecting that stun to land on more. I guess the ones behind hadn't activated yet. Oh no, they're just making saves. At least some of them are. That's Family Reaper. Fortunately, he didn't hit too hard. It's not like when you're running higher level stuff and they'll hit you with Horrid Wilting. Because, you know, that's a certified fun time. So we have the Sun Sword, we just need to get to the place. Which means coming over here. Those guys with some light. Coming up here. One sec. That's enough that I think I can get these through. Thank you. Ooh, remnants. That's a Reaper. That's not what I meant to do, but it was. For some reason, I didn't think that worked on them. Take out this so it stops spawning stuff. Take out you. That's a really annoying pop-up again. So convenient to be able to heal for well, not quite full damage. They changed it so that everyone gets the same healing penalty. There's no special self-healing penalty, but there was always a self-healing penalty and a general healing penalty. And now, if there's nothing aggroed on you,
This seems so familiar, but I'm sure I've never been here before. Did you bring the sun sword? I feel that it somehow holds the key. Irina takes the sun sword and tenderly places it on
All
the
right.
shrine. This was his
now we just
sword.
gotta wait for a little bit of roleplay.
And this is where we would meet. Early in the morning during midsummer. Yet the sun sword remains inert. There is no sound, but the water lapping at the edge of the pool. Suddenly, an image appears in the sparkling waters of the pool. A handsome youth with a kind and noble visage. The sadness in his eyes turns to sudden joy. Tatiana, it has been so long. Come, my love, let
Come
us
on.
be together at last. Irina gasps. Sergei, my beloved! Oh, we were to be married so long ago. Has this blessed pool called your spirit to me? As she reaches for Sergei, she is pulled down beneath the rippling water and into her lover's embrace. You have never seen a happier couple as they begin to fade from view. For a moment, all is quiet. Then a peal of thunder shakes the land, and a deep, dark voice from beyond the mountains cries out,
She is mine!
She is not yours.
A dark figure appears near the shrine.
She's escaped! Escaped to where I cannot follow!
Cries Strahd.
You helped her!
Don't you hate needy guys?
Strahd winces as he enters the pool.
It's like, no, she's mine. No one else can have her. She can't have her. He can't have her. She can't have herself. She has no agency. She's mine. She's my possession. The precious.
That light is gone forever. When I try to imagine those eyes, all I see is a mad abyss. This is a waste of my time.
Take both of these.
You are trapped here, just as I am. Better to leave you alive. I can watch your dreams
All
die
right.
slowly.
And that will do it
With that,
for
Strahd
Ravenloft.
vanishes with the wind. For a moment, you despair at being left behind in this dreary, defeated land. Then, without warning, the sun sword blazes forth with a warm, bright light. You pick up the sun sword. The instant you touch the hilt of the dazzling weapon, you realize that this is the weapon
right.
that could slay Strahd. That this
So
is the
we have
key to
achieved
ending his
our goal
dominion.
for the night.
Something
We were
starts
gonna
to
do-
grow within you. Something
We were gonna
you
do
had
Ravenloft,
almost
and
forgotten.
we were gonna do not Three Barrel Cove. I'm thinking of it because it has 3 paths. White Plume Mountain, and as a bonus, someone who joined for White Plume Mountain unlocked the thing. Unlocked Shadow Crypt for us. So, ooh, wait, I should probably talk to my party member here. So yeah, we did Shadow Crypt, we did all of Ravenloft. We got probably about 2 levels-ish, because we started off at level 11, not able to take 12, and now we're 12 and able to take 13. So we probably got a little less than 2 full levels, maybe like 8 ranks or so. Still, I'd say that's solid for the night. According to the dashboard, there is no one watching right now, so we will not be looking for a raid target. If there is someone here and the dashboard is just out of date, thanks for stopping by, thanks for hanging out, and I hope you have a good night.